do it.
Jesus Christ, we could. We're also we're recording already.
Spoilers. Okay. That was some good pre-podcast banter. All right, I got to be official because I'm the daddy of the podcast. I'm Daddy Tenfey. No,
Uncle Tenfey.
I'm not your old Uncle Tenfey. I'm your Daddy Tenfey because your daddy died, and you was left to me. You don't work in Daddy Tenfey's shed / ginnery.
Oh my!
Making bathtub whiskey out of Vienna sausages.
That'd probably be delicious.
Okay, it is November 19th, 2013, and this is episode 2 of the Tenfenity podcast.
2 already?
Yeah.
I thought
So,
it was the 18th.
so starting with my left, say your name and your favorite entry in the Final Fantasy video game series.
I am Noah, and I have to say my favorite is probably 4?
The whole point of discussion was for me to judge you harshly. If only the internet could see the look I gave you.
The thing is, which 4 am I talking about?
Oh God, there's so many. What am I fighting for?
And I am Garrett, and I'd say my favorite Final Fantasy is the only one I played, and that's Final Fantasy VIII. Whatever.
It's so strange. That's like...
That is what?
Both of you just facepalm
That's
so
the
hard.
only one you played?
It is.
The equivalent of that, I just realized, is the fact that the only movie in the entire Aliens franchise I've ever seen is Alien Resurrection. That's my equivalent to that.
That is the equivalency of that, yes.
It's not that bad. Not as bad as 4. The controversy. I'm Ben, and I like the best Final Fantasy, which is 6. It's objective and subjective. It's objective. Oh, God, that opera scene.
Opinions.
I'm tearing up at the thought of that fucking opera scene right now.
Oh, Mario.
I know. I like the Super Nintendo version, which is whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Well, we got the formalities out of the way, so I guess we'll start with you. What have you done these 2 weeks? It's been 2 weeks since we podcast. Everyone's forgotten us. We're
I ain't
dead.
done shit.
We're dead to the world. Dead to rights.
Let me think.
Dead or alive.
What have I done?
Dead Space 2.
Finish Revelations.
Red Dead Revolver.
Oh, you did?
I did finish Revelations.
Good. I need someone to play raid mode with.
Okay, we can do that.
Like Gade mode.
What else? I'm almost done with Bayonetta again.
We're like Gayonetta.
God damn it, man!
Are you a rock or are you like a diamond?
It's fucking stones all the way down.
Oh.
It's
Escape
terrible.
from Stone.
Because like the
class.
first part, I got like pure platinum statue and it's Bayonetta, and she talks about being a fucking pole dancer. And then the next chapter, I got like a gold, and Rodon's like not bad, and like he's like, you touch Clementine, I'm gonna kill you because it's the same voice actor. And then
As Lee from The Walking Dead, that's the joke.
yeah, and then all the rest of them are just Enzo being Joe Pesci. He's like, oh, what a day!
Bob, why did you get lost into the internet? I'm also an Italian assassin. I could have gone either way with that.
Yeah.
Although
Enzo,
yeah.
And then I played a little bit of the Payday DLC with Garrett here. And that's about it. I've been watching my roommate play a bunch of fucking Dark Souls. It's pretty good.
Being a scrub, or did he get good?
He's been getting better. Like,
So-
certainly better than me, because he actually got through Sen's Fortress and shit, and that's where I stopped.
I see.
Fun fact, I stopped there as well the first time I went through.
Oh God, I remember Garrett's first Dark Souls playthrough because I was there. I was his coach. I had the gray sweatshirt on that said coach with a red hat and a whistle and a medicine ball. And I was like, run up on that Taurus demon, Garrett. Good hustle.
And I was doing so good that I hit that fucking Sans Fortress like a fucking brick fortress.
It's been so weird watching him play, because like he doesn't want to parry anything, so he's just running. So like most
he
of
doesn't want to get good, is what you're saying?
Well, like, he does backstabs, like, all the fucking time, but, like, he doesn't want to worry about parrying and shit. And then, like, he'll run up on, like, any of the big bosses, he just runs up on them, like, in between their legs. He's like, give me now, faggot! And just starts shanking them in the dick, like, a million times with his... He has, like, a regular longsword that he just keeps buffing up to, like, super high level.
Nothing wrong with a dick shanking
And then,
longsword.
like, when he went to fight the Taurus demon, like, he tried to do the down attack, and it didn't work the first time, so it was just fucking dick shanks the entire fight.
How do you fuck up the...
I've done it before where I was like, alright, I'm gonna jump attack, and my character just ended up walking off. I'm like, oh god damn it.
I also love if you take 2 seconds too long, the Taurus demon's like, fine, asshole, and he fucking jumps up
it's
there.
it's that and the
Hugs
Asylum
the
demon.
life out of you.
Yeah, the Asylum Demon doesn't jump up there. He just goes up there and goes,
Yeah, he'll fly up and just break the shit, and yeah.
and he's like, yeah, you can sit up there. He's just like, you coming down? No?
But he
Okay.
is actually going to the official way where you go to that and you go to the Capra demon and then you can fight like the Gaping Dragon and all
God,
that.
I haven't
He's doing
seen-
all that shit.
I ain't laid eyes on the Gaping Dragon in a long time. You
What?
start with a Master Key, and the Gaping Dragon just
And he has the Master
shrugs.
Key too, that's the
sweeping.
thing.
Oh, shit. Well, he could open that one door.
And he's
with
been going
the
around fighting
lightning
like
resin
the Black
behind it.
Knights and he got like the crest shield by going through like the right way and shit. He beat Havel.
Well, I can't look out on him too hard if he's actually playing the game.
Yeah.
As long as he's not just running through, like...
YOLO!
Yeah, exactly. Getting knocked off the fucking Valley of Drakes over and over.
But that's pretty much been my 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah,
That's depressing.
kind of.
Garrett, I hope you have a better 2 weeks, because it's your turn.
Not really. I haven't been doing all that much. I've just been kind of chilling at the house. Still looking for jobs, all that crap. You know.
I saw you've been playing a lot of a new Steam game that I don't know anything about. You could talk about that.
Oh yeah, Risk of Rain. I
That's
literally.
a game where you decide whether to leave the windows down in your car or not.
You told me that joke like the second I started playing it, and I was like, that's pretty good.
I've been saving that one. I've been waiting for this moment.
Kept you waiting, huh?
But I started playing that basically just on a whim. I saw like a video of it like a way long time ago before it was even greenlit on Steam. I was like, that looks kind of cool. I'll never buy it. And then I saw Dustin playing it, and I'm like, oh yeah, is that out? He's like, absolutely, it's $10. And I saw I had enough money, basically. And I
He was
like,
the best used car salesman. He's like, what's it gonna get you in this Steam game day?
and I was like, bought, and I was like, I do not regret this purchase. And I played it for like 30 hours already.
So, can you tell us anything about it? I tried to watch you stream it, but everything was so tiny that it hurt my eyes.
I couldn't figure out how to stream it any better because I'm inept at technology. But basically, you just pick a character of like the 9 there are, and you roll around, and it's like Binding Isaac platforming with guns. Because there's a shit ton of items and shit you can pick up that switch from between like every time you kill something, it blows the fuck up, or every shot you shoot blows the fuck up. So imagine that a game with shooting in it. It's all about exploding things. It's like Michael Bay but pixels.
So, this is a game where you play Atari graphics and you shoot things? That's all I've gathered so far.
Yeah, and like I was talking about, it's like Binding Isaac, where there's like a shit ton of items you can get from chests.
Is it a roguelike? Is it randomly generated?
Yes.
Do you die and then never come back?
Oh, yeah, you have to restart all the way back. And also, the big thing about the game, I'm not sure why it's called Risk of Rain, by the way. I just know the last level was called that, and it's raining, so there you go.
Sounds risky. I mean, it's risky when it rains.
Yeah, but the whole like premise of it is just as you're going through the levels, you have to decide whether you want to pick up items, can progress through the levels, because the more time you take, the harder the game gets. Not just in like enemies you fight, but like just the sheer amount of them and how tough they are. Like just the difficulty goes up as time goes by, and you can see it on the top right, like bar fills up.
Is it fill up and a skull gets a crown on and then you're level dead?
Basically, the very last difficulty is literally it laughing at you because it knows you can't win.
Is Boo Radley the highest difficulty?
It's just laughing. It just says ha 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 because you know you can't win.
Holy shit. This game sounds intense.
It is really, it's ball-bustingly hard. I'm playing on medium, and I beat the game like the first time 20 hours in, and I played it a shit ton. So
Jesus.
So worth the money?
yeah, it's for
Do you
$10.
Do you play keyboard or do you play controller?
You can play both, either way.
What do you do?
I do the keyboard.
Oh, you're fucking master race over here.
You can the keyboard. It was kind of weird at first because I mean, the action buttons are Z, Y. You know, it's like the bottom 4 right there, and then space is jump, and you have to use the arrow keys to actually move. It's not like WASD, like you can use the mouse to shoot or something. It's not like that. So it took me an FPS veteran a little bit of like hand. What's it?
Like relearning.
Yeah, relearn. I basically had to like
Retrain your muscle memory.
I gotta look at a keyboard completely differently now because I gotta press other keys, and I'm like, things are weird.
This is strange.
But that's what I've been doing, more or less. I've been enjoying some Steam games, as I am very known to do.
Some steamed games.
Steamed games, they're healthier for you too.
That's the way I eat my games. They gotta be steamed.
Oh god, you're too fucking good to me, Garrett. That's what all you've done the last 2 weeks? You've been in a time chamber to train up to fight Majin Buu?
Yeah, exactly. I've been training to actually beat Risk of Rain and be good, but I can't get good.
Get good.
You're a big league chew piece of
Oh,
shit.
also it's co-op, so I forgot that. I got that mentioned.
How many players?
4.
Does Rain Diablo and his minions go stronger when you have more
They
people?
do. It gets fucking intense.
Hmm.
Actually, the first time I beat it with a co-op partner was with, oddly enough, James Johnson.
Oh god.
He jumped on and he was like, "Let's play, son," and I hated playing with him for the first couple minutes because he would just run around and get all the items and just like suck them up like a vacuum.
So it was like playing a game with you, basically.
So I was just like, I mean, no, he wouldn't share because the whole thing is co-op. You got to share the items. And he's like, "All right, are you ready?" I'm like, "I haven't spent any of my money, and you've got like 7 items. Can I buy some items, please?" And he's like, "Nope." And we just start up the teleport, and we would just leave. And I'm like, "I didn't get shit."
You were his pack mule, except you didn't even have items.
Yeah, exactly. I would just get stomped over and over because I was weak as hell.
It reminds me of when never forget, God bless it, but I used to play Resident Evil Outbreak online with Tommy.
Rest in peace.
And it was so great because I would play like Kevin Ryman or David King, the attack characters, and Tommy would always play Yoko, who's a little Japanese girl with a backpack. Her special item is she can hold a backpack that can hold 4 more items. And so the whole level, Tommy would be picking up shotguns and assault rifles and shit. And we get to the boss, and I'm like, "Tommy, I need guns." And he's like, "No, we got to save them." And so I'm throwing rocks and dildos at the boss, and Tommy's just in the corner laughing, fucking spraying a first aid spray in his mouth like fucking Ready Whip.
And just caressing his guns pile.
I remember once we fought the final boss of the game, which is called the Nyx. So fuck the Nyx. It's this giant blob monster, and I'm just fucking trying to cut it with a folding knife, and Tommy's just laughing. But he built a throne out of rocket launchers, just sitting on it.
It's preemptive revenge for not being able to be a fucking Rock and Kirby.
God damn. Is that why you don't hang out anymore, Tommy? Tommy will never
Tommy
listen
come
to
back.
this. Oh, I miss him. We just need to go to his house and hold him hostage.
The OMG Tetris.
OG Tommy. All right. I guess I should go. So I've actually done a lot these last 2 weeks. In preparation for last week when I thought we were going to record the podcast before it was just me in here by myself drinking like it normally is.
That's just a question, by the way.
That was directed directly at you.
Yeah, apparently.
To finish up what I was talking about last week for a long time, I realized I finished the new Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies.
No, you finished it completely?
Fucking spectacular.
Across the
Like
board.
every Phoenix Wright, that last case, is you're just wheeling and dealing. There's an M. Night Shyamalan-esque twist that I won't spoil in that last case that I never expected. Like, literally. And it wasn't some stupid, crazy bullshit you couldn't have ever predicted. Like, they genuinely got me good. Like, I thought it was great.
That's what's so good about Phoenix Wright games. The last case, it's like, the first one, it's like, okay, it's a tutorial. Second case, you're playing, it's like, yeah, this is pretty good, but it's usually over too quick. Then the third one, it's like, okay, this is getting pretty text.
This is getting pretty text.
It's getting pretty damn
It's
good.
a text adventure game.
There's like a whole bunch of shit going on, and then the last case, it's usually like 4 or 5 at the most. It's just like, you were playing there for like 3 hours straight, just like, I'm completely engrossed in this.
And as usual, the other cases, or most of them, tie into the last case.
Yeah.
And all this crazy shit. And you get to play as like everybody, which is cool. But mainly Phoenix.
So it kind of like goes into everyone's perspective.
Yeah.
That's
Because
cool.
there's a case in the game where you play as Apollo the whole case, and there's a case where you play as Athena the whole time. But for the most part, you play as Phoenix. So anyone who was worried that it's not Phoenix. Also, I won't directly spoil it, but the prosecutor for the last case is a character from a previous Phoenix Wright game. So it'll wake you whistle. Unless you're Noah, who doesn't care about Phoenix Wright or black people.
There's a lot of people going mad right now, but I'm not going to say
I don't know
anything.
about that.
Well, you would like Phoenix Wright. There are no black people in it, and they never have been. That's kind of odd. Well, it's Japanese. Well, no, it takes place in California. That's the English localization.
Really? That's where it's canonically at, is California?
Yeah, California.
I never heard that
and you
before in my
got
life.
noodle stands on the side of the road and fucking villages full of kitsune and shit, because that's California.
If it was, I would be there right now.
Noodles and kitsune. Kitsune Noodles. We should open a stand called that.
That's it.
Okay.
Right here.
We'll just sell top ramen, but we'll put something special in it. Vienna sausages.
Holy shit! We've already got the Downey Special, son. This is
Oh,
this is a
God.
business.
You
Patent it.
couldn't ask for cheaper ingredients.
We'd make a killing.
The profit rating would be
I would eat all the
huge.
food first. God damn.
Wow,
Yeah.
such upsell.
It is.
Much profit.
Then I redboxed the game and played through the entire thing in one night.
Oh, Jesus Christ, here it comes.
So I redboxed and played through Beyond Two Souls,
I'm sorry.
starring Ellen Page and David Cage. Yeah, starring David Cage
Yeah.
and Willem Dafoe.
Hey, kids, wanna die?
I'm Willem Dafoe. You spend the whole game.
That is something I blotted it out from my memory, but that's something I did too. I finished it with my roommate got it, and I helped him do like the last 2 or 3 chapters.
So
we did co-op.
The reason I redboxed it was I watched the first 3 episodes of 2 best friends playing it, and I was getting really frustrated. First of all, because they were terrible at it, and second of all, because it actually looked like an interesting. Like, I'm not saying it's a good, well-written story or anything. It just looked interesting, and so I stopped. I haven't watched any more of the best friends play it, but I went out and redboxed it and beat it in like 8 hours over the course of an evening. I didn't hate it.
Oh.
It was really
No one
strange.
seemed to share.
It was really strange to play through. Also, I owe Wooly an apology because whenever I saw him controlling Aiden, I was like, "You're drunk! My God!" Beyond Berry Punch souls. But it turns out controlling Aiden is a bag of dicks, and
It really is.
you would think watching someone play it that you just fly because Aiden's a goat. Do you know anything about this game, Garrett?
Not one bit.
Okay, you play as Ellen Page. She's this girl who was born with a ghost permanently linked to her that no one else can see but can interact with the world. And you play throughout her entire life from being a little girl at a research institute all the way up through becoming a CIA operative and then saving the world.
Oh.
It jumps to different points. I actually like the way they told the story. It jumps to different points in her life, and it's really not that confusing. They show a timeline, and they show the chapter you're playing and where it is on that timeline. And you're like, oh, this is before the CIA, or this is after she was a little girl. But watching the 2 best friends play it, they would just spin on their heads and scream Mysterious Jogo and not know what the fuck was going on. And I was like, I know you guys are playing it up, but Jesus Christ, it's not that confusing. Anyway, if you play by yourself, which I did, apparently Noah didn't, you switch between controlling the girl who just walks around and it plays like Indigo Prophecy and Heavy Rain, which doesn't play very good.
No.
You interact with shit and have QTEs. But you can switch to Aiden, and he's a ghost, and he can go through walls, and he can possess certain people, and he can manipulate objects and use them to solve puzzles. And it looked like, watching Wooly play it, that you would just, use the 2 sticks and fly him around wherever you want. But it's not like that. There are key set points you can guide him to, and you hit L1 to make him fly to, and then you use the left stick to look, and you use both sticks to interact with stuff. It's really fucking confusing at first.
Just used to saying that, I was like, ugh.
And it's really finicky. Like, you're trying to get Aiden to interact with something, but he can't go too far away from Jodie. That's the main character's name. She's played by Ellen Page, but her name is Jodie. He can't go but a certain distance away from her, so you have to maneuver her to certain areas. And it's really clunky. And then when you play 2-player co-op, one player is Jodie, and then the other player is Aiden, the ghost. And you switch between them, and I imagine that can lead to some frustrating moments.
Well, you can tell, like, you can kind of work together and figure out, like, where you're supposed to go and shit. But, like, once somebody has control, they can only give control back. Like, you can't suddenly just usurp control from people.
Also hated how, and they never explained it, why when you control Aiden, you see everybody with an aura. Normal people just have a blue aura, but every now and then you'll see one with an orange aura or a red aura. If their aura is red, you can have Aiden just choke them to death.
Jesus
and if
Christ.
they're orange, you can have Aiden possess
See,
them.
this is some of the shit that bugs me about those games, because it's total bullshit. Like, what is the determining factor here?
Well, the determining factor is when David Cage wants you to
exactly,
do a certain scripted
which is
set piece.
fucking bullshit.
It is stupid, because there's a lot of parts where you're like, oh, if I can control this guy, then everything would be cool, but the game only lets you control certain people. For example, At one point, Jodie is on the run from the CIA because she's tired of being used.
Yeah.
And there's an entire SWAT team chasing her, and they have her cornered in this like little town at night. And she's in front of like a theater, and she's hiding behind cars. And there's just like 6 vans and like 2 helicopters of SWAT guys with fucking machine guns coming after her. So you take control of Aiden, and she's like, Aiden, fuck everyone up. So,
Shit.
like for example, you fly up on one roof, and there's a sniper, and you can take control of him. But all you can make him do is walk off the edge and kill himself. But then on the other side of the street, there was a sniper, and when I possessed him, you see above the other people like R1, L1, and when you hit those buttons, he just starts sniping and killing people,
Exactly.
and then kills himself. I can make so many people shoot themselves in the head.
Jesus
It's
Christ,
so,
that's
like,
intense.
See, that's the thing. That's like I said. That's one of the problems I had with this game is the fact that it's only what David Cage lets you do. Like you don't get just full control of the character, unlike Geist, which we were talking about the other week, where
We
there's
talked about it in the last podcast.
yeah, which there is an excuse for why you just can't control people. Like
Yeah.
you have to fucking spook
They
them.
have to actually
they
be
have to
in a
actually be
bad mental
scared,
state, yeah.
and then that allows you to possess them and do shit with them.
But
Because
I
like
think-
there's the scene where she's actually in the CIA mission.
yeah,
Where, like, she's helped out by, like, the little boy, and then, oh no, you see the little boy at the place where you have to kill this dude.
Yeah.
And then you...
spoilers by the way.
Yeah.
Beyond 2 spoilers, because there's more than 2 spoilers.
Yeah. And then, like, there's all these fucking dudes around, and you have to possess this one guy, and it's like, oh no, who is this guy?
Can you get shot by that little boy when he busts out a deagle? Spoilers.
Christ.
I don't know.
He's like a 10-year-old and he's like...
Well, you're in the Middle East.
Yeah,
where
you're in,
they're
like, some
child soldiers.
African, child soldier area.
I didn't feel bad for the kid. I felt I guess you're supposed to feel manipulated because that's when Jodie realizes the CIA's using her. It did a good job.
Because, like, there's that final choice at, like, the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And, like...
Not to spoil it for people, but did you choose black or blue?
Well, I was Aiden.
Oh, so you didn't get.
I didn't get the choice.
You could have.
But
grabbed
my
your
roommate chose black. No. He chose white. He chose
Okay.
the blue white.
The blue white.
Because fuck that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Okay.
So Ryan.
Ryan.
Fuck
Fucking
Ryan. Because at the end of the game, like, first of all, like, the entire game, like, after he betrays Jodie.
Yeah.
Which, just, spoilers for Beyond Two Souls. Let's just get that out
Yeah,
there.
no one listening to this who hasn't played it is ever going to play it.
Yeah. So, after he betrays Jodie, or the CIA forces him to betray Jodie, and, like, my roommate was like, fuck you, you lying piece of shit, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then the game just keeps trying to force him down your throat as, like, the love interest. And, like, every time you get an interaction, it's like, no, I don't love you, fuck you, go away, we're done.
I got to live the life of, like, a teenage girl because I spent the whole fucking game cock-blocking Ryan. And it's over years, and he won't fucking get over Jodie. Every scene, he's like, hey, Jodie, you're super hot, let's make out. And I'm like, I've spent 6 years telling you to fuck yourself.
So, he chose the white ending because fuck Ryan. I don't want to go back to that piece of shit, because that's the only, because, like, you look on either side, and, like, this is what waits you here, this is what waits you there, and, like, the only thing it fucking showed you on the black side was Ryan.
They're like, hey,
and it's
check
like,
him out.
fuck
So
that guy.
Also, did you all let Ryan get his eye cut out? Because
No, because...
Oh. That's the best part of the game.
Because my roommate was like,
Fucking
he
brutal.
was, okay, first of all, he was a little drunk during that scene.
Shit.
So the moment he saw, like, the prompt come up, he was like, oh, what? And hit it.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Which that was actually really enjoyed playing as Aiden by himself in that scene. Because,
that was like the best part.
Because, like, I opened up the door and those two guys just standing like, oh, I guess I'm not going in here. Let me go in this way. Let me get the wrench. All right, now go in here and I get this guy, get the gun. And then...
So did you do it without having to repossess the guy? Because that guy must have had the most confusing day in my version. Okay, to explain it to Garrett, there's a part of the game where you go to a secret underwater Chinese laboratory.
Okay. Makes sense.
To close a ghost portal.
Yeah.
And it's just you and Super Dick Man Ryan. And Jodie and Ryan get caught by the guards and dragged away. And they drag Jodie through a ghost barrier, and Aiden can't go through it. So you're cut off from Aiden. And there's a scene where they're torturing you, and you can talk or not talk, which I didn't talk. And then they bring Ryan in and start torturing him. And at any point, you can hit the button to give them information. And when they started like cutting Ryan, I just sat the controller down and laughed. But they hold a knife up to his eye and they're like, "Oh, you telling me Chinese, me pray joke?" I'm like, "Yeah, go right ahead, motherfucker. I'll drink all piss coke all you want." And so they gouge Ryan's fucking eye out, and it's brutal. But you switch back to Aiden, and you have to find a way to turn the ghost barrier off to get to Jody. And so I zoom into a room, and there are two Chinese technician guys at a console, and there's the switch to turn the barrier off. Well, you can just go up and hit the switch, but because they're sitting there and looking at it, they see the switch cut off. They're like, "The fuck?" And they turn it back on. So then you're like, okay, I have to get rid of these guys. Well, there's one orange glowing dude in the room. You possess him, and he's like, "Hey, you're control." Whenever Aiden controls someone, they don't talk or anything. Literally, their eyes go solid white, and they just
like their eyes roll back in their head.
They just walk like a zombie. If you touch another person, it knocks Aiden out of the person you're possessing. So I control that guy with Aiden, and I walk up to the console, and one of the guys grabs his hand, and then he comes out of it, and the dude you were possessing, like, because you don't have any memory when Aiden is controlling you, it's just like, what the fuck's going on? Like, they're yelling in Chinese, you don't know what they're saying. And I was like, God damn. So I was like, I gotta get rid of these guys. So the dude is still orange. I possess him again. I walk out of the computer room, and in the side room, there's a dude doing like maintenance on guns, and there's an AK. And I was like, fuck yeah. And I walk and pick the AK up, so the guy doing maintenance on guns like puts his hand on the guy's shoulder, I guess, to ask him what he's doing. And so Aiden flies out of him, and the guy's just standing there with a gun, and he's so confused. And he puts the gun out, and he just walks out in the hall, and he just looks so confused. So I'm like, God damn it, he's still the only guy I can possess. So I go inside of him again and go in another room, and there's a wrench and like nobody in there to bother you. So I pick up the wrench, walk back into that room with the gun, use the wrench on the guy in that room and beat him to death with the wrench. Oh. Then pick up the AK, then walk into the room with the two guys at the computer and use the AK, and Aiden just empties it on him. But one of the bullets ricochets and hits the guy with the gun, but doesn't kill him, but it knocks Aiden out of him. And he just sees that he's just murdered a bunch of people, and like he just throws the gun down and runs away screaming. And I was like, that guy had the weirdest day at work.
See, I didn't possess him. I possessed a guy down in like the barracks and like walked him down the
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't.
But it was pretty much the same thing. Like they're both working on the thing, and I open the door, and it's like, oh, there's two guys in here. Well, let me just back up out of here. And then I look to the left, and there's the armory, and then I look to the right, there's like the tool shop. I'm like, all right, I see what this wants me to do. I'm gonna go get the tools first. Knock out. There's probably like some dude in here. I have to like break off a lock to get to the guns or some shit. So I club that guy and do the same thing.
But yeah. It was,
so that was probably probably my favorite part.
Yeah, well, it was Aiden's day out, son, because it was the one time in the game where he's not connected to Jody, so you don't hear her like thoughts, and so it was just Aiden
constantly
being Aiden.
Bitching about moving too far away.
Did you fuck with her during her date with Ryan?
I wasn't playing at that point. Like I pretty much came in at like the point where they were doing like the snow mission and did it from there on.
There's one part where Ryan comes over and she's like, "Oh boy, Ryan," because at this point Jody likes Ryan, but Aiden doesn't want her to hang out with him because he's like very protective. And so while she's having a date at her ridiculously huge David Cage apartment, because everyone in these games has these ridiculous apartments, and of course you have a shower scene in it because David Cage loves that shit.
You get two fucking shower scenes in this game for some fucking reason.
You do?
Yeah, like when you're working on
Navajo
shower. Working on
where the medicine man stares at you.
Yeah,
that's creepy.
You're in the the desert with this Navajo Indian family that you're like working for, and she goes to take like a shower in this ramshackle thing with like a ring thing above her. Yeah. And while you're taking it, the camera pans over, and there's like a Navajo medicine man ghost just standing there staring at her, and I was like, oh.
I feel so violated.
I did. I held a towel up in front of me in real life. I was like, I'm inside of Jody's head. Also, the fucking Navajo death cloud, that was some metal shit.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool. Like, there's some neat stuff here and there, but overall, like, the game is dumb.
I just remembered one of the two awesome bugs I experienced in the game happened during that scene. So... You're walking down the road trying to hitchhike. This is after she's on the run from the CIA. She's like in the middle of the desert. Yeah. And you're hitchhiking, and of course no one picks you up. And you see a farmhouse, and you go and knock on the door, and this Native American looking dude. I mean, he's not like stereotypical Native.
No. I mean, he doesn't have a fucking headdress on and a tomahawk.
I didn't mean anything racist. I mean he was a red man. But this guy opens the door.
A rapper?
He opens it like a crack, and you can say stuff to him. And I was just like, hey, I just need a place to crash for tonight, and I'll be out of your way. And he's like, sorry, you can't stay here. And I was like, can I like sleep in the barn or something? And he's like, no, you have to go. And then like his dad, who's like an old wizened Navajo guy, but still, dressed like dressed like a white man.
Just like a...
He comes up to the door, so you see just like his face beside this other guy's face through the crack in the door. And he's telling his son, he's like, no, you can't, we can let her stay here for the night. Well, during that scene, I still had a prompt to interact with something. So I hit it, and it made Jodie look at a barn. And when she looked back, the door was shut. And I was like, oh, I got to restart this scene. Somehow I crashed the scene. So I knocked on the door. The guy opens it and starts that whole scene again, but his father character is frozen where he was talking. So he opens the door and he's talking, and there's this old man standing there completely fucking motionless staring at him. And I was like, holy shit! It was so horrifying. And then when the dad's line happened again, the character started moving again. I was like, man, you got a strict dad. He just follows you like a weeping angel from Doctor Who.
Oh, Christ. Too spooky. I need to get out of here.
But, like, I love my roommate's choice because it was fuck Ryan, and then he completely forgot about the fact that he has a $500,000 check in his back pocket.
Yeah.
And then, like, there's a couple other people that are, like, still, like, alive other than Ryan, but the fact that they just show you him, it's like, no, fuck that guy.
Do you think if Jodie had gotten out of there that she would be able to cash that check, since the CIA was basically like, oh, here's $500,000, we'll leave you alone, and then immediately hit her in the head with the butt of a rifle. And they're like,
I don't know.
Oh, by the way, we need your ghost powers.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
still. Did you get any weird Terminator endings?
Yeah. Nothing in the game led up to this, but spoilers, I picked the blue ending too.
Okay.
We've spoiled the whole fucking game. At the end of the game, Garrett.
Just go for it.
At the end of the game, you have to get to the resonator. It turns into Gears of War. It's like, get to the resonator, and you got Dom with you, and he's like, where's my wife? Actually, Willem Dafoe's like, where's my wife?
And daughter! I wanna die!
Get me Spider-Man! But you go to deactivate the resonator, and then Jodie, you have a scene where she's standing in between, like, the ghost world, and you see all the people who have, like, died throughout the game, and the living world, which is Ryan sitting on his knees crying, being a bitch. And you get to choose life or death, basically. And me and Noah's roommate apparently have sense, because we picked the ghost world. So you go to the ghost world and, like, become energy, and Jodie's talking about how, like, she's exploring the universe, and it's amazing.
So you see, like, fucking, she's the Alpha and Omega and all this crazy shit. Like,
I was like, that's so much better than Ryan's dick.
Yeah.
Because that was the black ending.
Yeah.
But,
also, Aiden is her stillborn brother.
Yeah, you kind of... Well, you go to the moon for Majora's Mask, because I swear that's where you are when you meet Aiden. Because you were in a green field that you weren't at before with, like, a tree. And I was like, this is Majora's fucking Mask. But, yeah, you don't see him, you just see a guy from a distance. And,
some naked guy.
Yeah, and you don't see his face, but then they reveal, spoilers, that Aiden was your twin brother who died in the womb. And so that's why his soul was linked to you.
I see.
But
and this little kid, is he like a little kid, or is he like the same age?
Like, he's a full, like, I assume, like, since when you see him, like, you see, like, just a kind of, like, a naked guy with, like, brown hair, but you don't actually see any, like, distinct features. But he's, like, taller than Jodie, so it's assumed that, like, he grows at, like, the same rate.
I assume he's what Alphonse would have been if he wasn't bound to a suit of armor.
Pretty much.
But, anyway, all of that was the build-up to... The daughter of the homeless woman,
yes,
she somehow in the ending, she's like talking with Jodie and is going to stop the Terminator future. I didn't get any of that.
Like,
nothing
apparently, because like there's
it.
like one scene, because like I don't know, do you get knocked? Because I didn't see this part, but like when the homeless lady gives birth, and like then the fire starts in like the building. Do you always get, like, knocked out?
I assume you can't get out of there, because Jodie ends up in a coma in the hospital because of that scene.
Because, like, there's, like, a little flash forward to, like, the future where you see, like, this giant, like, portal and, like, entities coming out.
The Terminator future where everything's fucked up, And Beyond Three Souls!
Yeah. So, like, there's, like, multiple endings of that, apparently, where, like, it can just be, like, Jodie by herself, or it can be, like, this little girl, and then, like, Jodie's ghost, or, like, little girl and Jodie's still alive.
I saw the little girl or I guess she's a teenager by that point. I saw the girl and Jodie, even though Jodie died in my ending. So, I was really confused. Unless it was supposed to be Jodie's ghost.
Huh. That's really weird, because, like, in the ending my roommate got... He just had, like, the little girl standing there. He didn't have Jodie there, either.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But, yeah, like, there's this weird thing where apparently, like, I guess since there's like they keep finding like different portals. Like there's the one in like the Chinese place, and then like there's the one
The CIA one.
Yeah, the CIA one, like the really big one, and then there's like the little one like the very beginning, towards the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And then there's like the big Navajo ghost and shit like that. I guess it's assumed that there's just like random weird like.
Well, the Navajo
info
one was like opened by medicine men like 200 years ago. Like I don't understand. Do you need technology to open it, or do you need to dance in a
Technology
circle?
and magic do the same thing. Venture Brothers, boo ba da ba doo ba da.
Oh, and Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Princess Bubblegum.
Yeah.
Goes on a big rant about how magic is technology or something.
Yeah. But like, I guess it's
also
assumed
caught up
that
on Adventure Time. We can talk about that later.
there's like, I guess there's just different Infraworld, which is their word for the like the afterlife.
Ghost world, yeah.
Just random portals opening and shit like that. So I guess sometime in the future, a giant one opens up, and it's like fucking Terminator, gotta fight the ghost robots.
Holy shit.
And it's fucking dumb. There's nothing leading up to that other than just like visions of the post-apocalyptic ghost future.
I also got mad. Did you save Jodie's the what's his name? The black dude that worked at the institute?
Yeah, like I healed him and stuff, but it's like we left. It's like, oh, Aiden's done all he can do, and it's like super unclear if he's alive, if he's gonna survive or not.
Because I wasn't able to save him, but I felt cheated because the game gives you control. It's a cutscene of you running from Ghost, and then he gets knocked down. And then you're supposedly, if you run back and pick him up quick enough, you and Ryan can help him past the door.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize the game had given me control because it's a goddamn movie.
Yeah.
So it just shows Jodie standing there, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh shit, I can move. And I run over there to help him, but then I didn't have enough time to help him. And she starts crying, and she's like, I should have ran to him, I could have saved him. And I was like, no, you should have had David Cage direct the damn game better.
Yeah. he was like one of the only likable characters.
Even though
you
possess. Oh, what did you do to the three guys in the bar? Did you play that scene?
No, I did not. I watched the two best friends do that scene.
I don't know. Did they fucking executioner style everyone? Like
they fucking butchered everybody. Did you do the super creepy blowjob scene?
No, I did not.
Oh,
I did not take the guy's blowjob offer.
If you want episode
I'm just
6,
watching Garrett's face. The whole time
episode 6 of the two best friends playthrough is the darkest shit. You need to watch that.
Oh, shit.
I'll go home and do it right now. Later.
Yeah, during the bar, there's a scene where you break out of the institute as Jodie is like a 15-year-old, and she's like dressed like a punk rocker.
Yeah, she's like super punk rock.
And you go to this bar where she's supposed to be meeting up with people, but the three fucking degenerates, the bar owner and the two guys in there, immediately start trying to fucking rape her, because that's what men do in bars. And then Aiden starts, like, locks the doors and starts knocking shit.
Yeah, it turns
into
into fucking Exorcist bullshit.
I don't know what the best friends did, but what I did was you can possess the bar owner.
Mm-hmm.
I possessed him and walked over to the bar, and he reached behind the bar and pulled out a shotgun.
Yeah, they did the same thing.
And then I just blew both the guys away, and then Aiden had the guy shoot himself in the head, and then Jodie is just laying on a pool table crying.
Yeah.
So...
Aiden's a tough motherfucker.
Apparently, Aiden's just like I was just imagining that he was like a kid, and he's like
like
la la la, and he makes people pick up shotguns and
they say it in like the first episode of the two best friends playthrough, but the fucking Pat is the little girl and Wooly is his stand.
Yeah.
I was like, I love a fucking JoJo's game that's basically that, where you like co-op fucking guy punching shit, and then your ghost punching shit as your friend.
Did your roommate kill Jodie's foster father? It was an abusive asshole? Because I actually didn't.
Don't know.
You get one chance during the scene where it shows Jodie. Spoilers: Jodie's mom. Jodie was taken away from her right when she was born, and basically the CIA put her mom in a permanent chemical coma so they could keep Jodie as their secret project. So she's raised by this foster parents, and the mom, loves her and stuff, but the dad is just like, she's a fucking freak of nature and like beats her and shit. Well, anyway, when they take her to the institute to leave her there permanently with Willem Dafoe, which is fucking horrifying. Yeah. As the dad is walking out after he basically tells her to go fuck herself, you get one moment where you're Aiden and you see the dad is red. So if you wanted to, you can make Aiden choke him to death. But I didn't do it because I'm not petty like that. Also, didn't get revenge on the kids at the party. I just left.
You didn't go carry on.
You play as Jodie when she's like 13.
13 or 14.
And she goes to another girl's birthday party, and of course all the kids there are stuck-up bitches and fucking jocks. And she's super socially awkward and like trying to hang out with them, and they just treat her like shit. And then eventually call her a witch and lock her under the stairs because the girl's mom is
Which they call them... a lot of people call her a witch a lot. which is really weird.
Yeah. But when they like lock her in there and walk away laughing, well, you get items to let you out. And when you go to leave, you can either just leave the house or she looks at the room and a little prompt pops up that just says revenge. And the best friends did it, but I didn't. But if you hit it, Aiden just goes in the room and fucking starts throwing knives and tables and shit at the kids and like turns the stove on and sets the house on fire.
I wish there would just be like a version where it just says revengeance and then I just turns into fucking Ryan and bursts through the door.
Jody's like, Willem Dafoe shows up. She's like, what happened? And she's like, Jody has changed.
I forgot. I need to ask you something. Would you play a Kill la Kill game, Noah, that played pretty much exactly like Revengeance?
Fuck yes, I would.
I figured you would.
Noah would develop and fund that game somehow.
I would. When the PC version of Revengeance comes out, I'm modding that day one.
I'm gonna get my John Marston into it. That shit is dead. Zendatsu is Deadeye.
Yeah.
And then Blade Wolf could be horse. Blade Horse!
Blade Horse.
John! Somebody draw that.
John.
I need Red Dead Revengeance.
We need Red Dead Revengeance. John Marston as Raiden and Horse as Blade Wolf. Who would be Jetstream Sam?
And who would be the fucking senator?
The senator could be the fucking guy that shoots you at the end of the game.
Yeah.
That when you walk out of the barn and then don't shoot anyone because you're bad at the game. That's the way everyone finishes Red Dead, right?
Right.
Yeah, we talked about Beyond for a long time.
I know. I was just like, this is interesting. It's like I'm hearing these great experiences.
Who would be Jetstream Sam?
Who's Marston's rival?
It'd probably be Vanderlyn.
Jack.
It'd be Vanderlyn.
Jackstream Sam. He's like, you don't nag.
It would be the leader of his gang.
Oh yeah,
the Vanderlyn gang.
So
we talked a lot about fucking Beyond.
Okay. We're still in the What Did Ben Do for 2 weeks segment.
Yeah.
Which was apparently all that shit.
I should tell. Well, one non-video game thing I did. I haven't told you all about my grocery store adventure, have I?
No. I don't think so.
So I went grocery shopping at Food Lion, which I assume is not a national chain.
I think it's a southern chain.
Son, I went to good old-fashioned Food Lion to get some country sausage, but I went in there with the distinct purpose of buying stuff I would normally buy, but nothing with high fructose corn syrup in it.
Oh, good fucking luck with that.
That was next to fucking impossible. There is like 99% of the stuff in there. It's just corn syrup. I'm surprised it's not on the outside of it and you absorb it through your skin when you pick it up. I was like, I needed jelly. And so I was looking, there's like 600 different types of jelly. And of course, there's the Food Line store brand, and it's like a nickel. And I pick it up, and the first ingredient is high fructose corn syrup. Second ingredient is corn syrup. The third ingredient is high fructose. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to put that back. And so I picked up like Welch's Natural, and I'm looking at, and there's like 4 ingredients. It's like fucking grapes and sugar, like real sugar, and like pectin. And like I'm looking at that, and all of a sudden I just feel a presence looming behind me, and it's like the fucking manager of Food Lion. I might be getting into hyperbole here, but I just imagine he just appears behind me, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh," I'm buying jelly. He's like, "The store brand's so much cheaper."
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, "But this is, it's with a name like Smucker's," and he's like, "That's Welch's." And I was like, "Oh,"
He just starts choking you.
and I just fucking knock over like.
Of course, he's probably like really short, so he starts to choke you. He's just like, eh.
He's like at the store. He's like the scissor man. He busts out of the fucking jelly display.
Oh, fucking scissor man.
I would scream and cry.
Yeah, and then I went to buy. What else did I get? It was so fucking impossible. I couldn't get any kind of like snack stuff. I mean, do they? Other than fucking rice cakes, does any of that not have high fructose corn syrup in it?
You have to go over to like the fucking
the
organic foods
the hippie
aisle.
part. God.
What's all the wood paneling on the
Basically,
floor?
I bought nothing. I bought a jar of
You could
jelly.
buy the
I'll never go
Annabelle's cheddar bun.
Annabelle! Oh, God! I turned into Bayou Billy. I'm like, I declare I'm going to get me a whole mess of this here sausage.
The cheddar bunnies are like goldfish with the little rabbit shapes.
I did buy some Vienna sausage. It's got mechanically separated chicken, but no high fructose corn syrup. I bought eggs. Unless they're injecting the chickens with corn syrup, I thought I'd be alright there.
Of course, eggs is cholesterol.
I should have just bought a thing of Cairo syrup, because it's literally just corn syrup. And I'd have been like, what the fuck?
Oh, shit.
I mean, there's nothing you can buy soda related, and most of the juices
Yeah.
Sierra Mist. Sierra Mist is made without all that shit.
Mexico is gonna start using high fructose corn syrup in their Coke.
So now we get a new generation of fat Mexican.
I assume so.
America's
but
tired of being
you can't
the
get
fattest.
cane sugar like Coke and Pepsi now.
Oh.
You're not
Maybe
gonna be
like
able-
throwback?
Throwback is fucking hard as shit to find.
If this
Yeah.
throwback because the Pepsi company throws it back in the warehouse and you can't buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was a
It's
damn
all.
shame.
It's really. It's. I don't know if you ever poured it out. It's really just Crystal Pepsi. They've just been keeping it for years.
what about Canada?
Canada. I don't know. I'm not sure if they.
All I drink is fucking maple syrup.
I never hear
Mother-
Everything's
State-
sweetened with maple syrup.
maple.
Canada.
Ooh, that actually sounds kind of good. Maple Pepsi.
Well, before the podcast, Noah was in there doing drink-o-mancy.
Yeah, I made creamsicle soda of cream soda and orange soda.
It was so spur of the moment, and I was like, what are you doing?
And
came in
Garrett fucking inspired
Then
me.
you came in my room and spit it all over me.
There was.
It happens.
Yeah, there was a gastrointestinal distress going on.
Apparently, while you were leaning over every electronic I ever owned.
You know, here's all the electronics I love it, and I hold near and dear to my heart. You're like,
I'm like, look, I got the original Mona Lisa. Stole that shit. It's frame of frames. And it just... Wow. Wow, the week segment lasted 45 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
It was beyond two souls. You two were both like, we'll play the game, I guess, I don't know.
Well,
It's Cheerios.
okay, let's talk about Payday, Garrett.
Oh yeah, I don't know anything about this new Payday.
well,
So, it's, like, armored car,
yeah.
like, fucking heist, and then, like, so you're you know, they don't actually show, like, when you stop it, but the mission starts, like, right after you just stop, like, a convoy of armored cars.
by various means and in various locations. I think there's 5 different locations, and like some you get a sniper to hire and shoot all the drivers, which is intense.
Yeah.
And you use C4 to blow up like overwalkings and just like trap them.
Yeah,
And
there's
there's,
like
like-
all this crazy shit, like the trailer, like the trailer for the DLC is pretty much like the opening sections that you don't get to see in the actual game. But like you get to fucking bust open armored cars, and sometimes there's fucking dozers just chilling in the back with fucking shotguns ready to blow your ass up.
We've always joked about shit like, what if a dozer popped out? And we were like, alright, let's blow this shit up. And we did it, and a fucking dozer came out. And I was like, Christ, there's
You're
nothing.
trying to rob the truck from X-Men 3 that has the Juggernaut in it, basically.
I'm the juggernaut, bitch.
Pretty much, and then like you get like money and shit out of it, and then you can also get like, I don't know if it's random in each level or whatever, but you can get plans for a fucking train heist where like
It was really hard, but it was fun as fuck.
yeah, where like you start out in like you're in this valley and there's like a train fucking stopped on like an overpass before a tunnel, and you have to fucking get up there, neutralize the fucking CIA guards that are up there because you're stealing from the fucking government, and steal a fucking prototype turret.
Yeah, which was, by the way, got
Which-
me fucking good. I never expected it.
It just gives you like this turret prototype number, and it's like, oh yeah, you gotta go steal this fucking turret. It's like
Yeah.
this automated fucking thing, and you run up there and you open up like you have to fucking neutralize all the guards, drill open the fucking doors to get through there, and there's only like a certain amount of there's like the big safes that you use the thermal lance to get into.
Yeah.
And then like you have to fucking set that up and get that open, and it's just fucking dudes up your ass the entire fucking time.
It's like,
and then you open up the fucking door once you get the chance, and there's the fucking
the TF2 level 1 sentry just sitting there, and I was like, you fucking assholes, how did you get me? And then at that point, everyone has no bullets, and we're like dying, and there's no med bags, and we just fall over, and that's it.
So is one of the things you can hire for the train heist a guy that looks like Matt Damon, and then he shoots a kid on a dirt bike?
oh god.
I didn't look at any of the assets for that mission. Shit.
Ace Pilot, he should be an asset for every mission.
Yeah.
But you have to
yeah.
like disassemble it, and then you have to get it all the way down in the fucking valley, and the entire time there's like 40 snipers. Just like it's a fucking laser rave party. There's so many snipers.
Yeah. Like, I took the suppressor off of my Mac 10, so it's not like this fucking huge cannon now, and I put it on my my battle rifle, so we can actually try and do it like stealthy assassination style
I'm up
next
for
time we
that.
play.
I actually managed to hit level 72 where I could get the next perk I needed. So now I just one level improved myself like by like tenfold, which is
Yeah.
great.
Cool.
So I can't wait to play some more.
Yeah.
If you got Payday 2 and you want to play, then they found my friend will play it.
I see. It's very strict requirements, but once you meet them, you're in.
We usually play. Sometimes we'll stream
Sometimes.
playing. So you should check that out.
And
But it's pretty good so far.
Twitch.tv/Roswin the Rogue. Check it out.
that's such fun.
We'll
Wow.
link it in the description.
Yeah, sure. We'll link all our. I was gonna say all of our Twitches, but you've never streamed anything.
I've never streamed anything. I'm thinking once I actually have money, I'm gonna download The Wolf Among Us and stream that and make people watch my terrible decisions.
I cannot wait. That sounds amazing.
I just haven't had to actually do that.
I've
shit.
actually wanted to play that game a lot, and I've watched a lot of people play it, which kind of ruins it. Like, what the fuck is the point? But I was like, this is
apparently
too interesting to not.
Walking Dead Season 2 is supposed to be coming out like really, really soon.
Yeah, I saw like a trailer for that.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, I guess we'll get into news, and by that I mean stealing news from websites for us to read.
What's wrong with that?
So I guess something came out last Friday that people might talk about. Might be a big deal. Maybe, a game console came out. You both look so genuinely confused at me trying to allude to the PlayStation 4. Well, we gotta at least acknowledge that it's a thing.
It's out.
Do we know anything about it?
I've watched my brother stream it from the PS
So
stream.
so you're an expert on the system. That's good because we're about to do a role-playing exercise. Okay, setup. Location, GameStop. No. Location, Electronics Boutique. Nah, they wouldn't hire Garrett. We're at a Babbage's.
God damn.
Okay, here's the scene. Here's the scene. I am a guy coming in to pre-order a new Atlas JRPG. Garrett, you're the clerk.
Oh fuck.
You have to sell me a PlayStation 4. You have to convince me to buy one. Noah is your manager down on his luck, chain smoking, drinking Irish coffee at work, fucking
I got a
fucking ex-wife riding his ass, and if you don't, and you are getting fired from your minimum wage bullshit job that you're barely holding down. If you do not, I'm the last customer today, and you have to sell me a PlayStation 4, and you need to pre-order at least 6 games.
6 games. This is impossible.
All right, so here we go. I'm walking up to the counter, so it's up to you to start the scene.
Hi, welcome to where are we?
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering if I could I pre-order Persona 6 FES Platinum Pro Edition featuring Dante.
Is that on PlayStation 4?
What?
Is that on the PlayStation 4?
No, I wanted it on the Vita.
The Vita, but the Vita has no games.
What? But I'm specifically asking for a game that's exclusive to Vita. What's happening?
Well, you see, the Vita's cool and all, but you need to look here into this PS4 because you can play Killzone, the new one. I'm not sure what it's called.
Killzone? Is that like Call of Duty?
No, actually, it's all about the super anime girls from the moon. And they've got cool red glasses and they shoot people and they're always talking about Oni-chan. It's great. I would pre-order 40 of them if I didn't have this shitty job. Noah's dead.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I quit.
I just need my wife to
Garrett, you can't quit.
They're gonna fire me anyway.
Here's the sound of the shutters going down in front of the store.
Oh Christ.
God, I don't want...
So that's why I don't have a job.
You didn't even tell me about any of the features or anything.
I don't know anything.
If you have a Vita, you can crossplay on the PS4.
See, why isn't he the salesman?
This guy works at Best Buy.
They don't know that, Garrett!
You mean Babbage's?
But...
So what are some of the features of okay, we can end the role-playing, Garrett. What is, if you were to describe the PS4 right now, how would you describe it? In a positive light.
A fucking time.
Because you had to set up that display.
Oh yeah, spoilers.
I really don't know that much about it, but I know that it's got the cool blue light thing that I think that actually means that it's gonna die. But it looks kind of like the Wii, and the Wii was a good system. I like the Wii, so maybe it's kind of like the Wii.
That's your sales pitch, comparing it to the Wii. Well, it does have waggle gimmicky bullshit.
Does it?
Well, yeah, because the 6-axis plus extra pro with the light sensors.
On a real note, what I've heard about the PS4 is it has a bunch of hardware issues.
I thought you were about to say a bunch of games, and I was just going to slap you.
Get out of here.
I honestly 100% do not know what games that thing launched with, so do either of you know?
I just know
Killzone,
Yeah.
Liberation, or whatever it's called. Call of Duty Ghosts.
Oh.
Knack.
That's all the reaction we need.
Should've known.
Knack.
Call of Duty
Assassin's Creed
Dogs.
4. That's literally like that's
What is
it.
Knack?
Knack is like some weird like.
Is it Knack the Weasel?
No, it's
Is
like
it
some
Fuck the
first
Knack?
party like indie game kind of deal. Like it's like I think it's a downloadable game, but
Actually, isn't his name Knack the Sniper?
what?
The little bounty hunter weasel dude from Sonic the Hedgehog.
There was a
Who
sniper.
cares about Sonic?
I care about Sonic.
Gotta go fast. You're too slow.
Now I show you.
Need some speed, Keed.
And that's no good.
Don't climb inside of dryers with pedophiles.
How did a pedophile fit inside of a dryer?
It's a big industrial dryer. Oh, he'll get you.
I've worked with those and I've not been. I can't. Actually, I probably could.
See?
They probably break this shit, but I probably could get in there.
You're so self-incriminating. I'm Chris Henson. This podcast has been one big sting operation. Here.
Oh, that's it. I'm done.
Okay, so the PS4. I'm gonna like the PS4.
The controller actually feels kind of good now. Because I've never liked the DualShock.
So here,
But the triggers stick.
Do they?
Yeah, I've seen like a bunch of videos where people are like, they click it and it goes, and like it snaps back up like after like 3 seconds.
so here's something we all care about. The nominees for Game of the Year for Spike's VGX Awards have been nominated.
This is the VGX Awards now, apparently.
So here are the choices. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 games up for nomination. Let's see if the two of you in 10 guesses total can guess all 5 of these games. So starting with Noah, you'll alternate.
5 games for what? Again?
For Game of the Year.
Game of the Year.
Last of Us.
All right, that's 1. You have 9. Garrett's turn.
I hope you're ready for a lot of dead air.
Yeah.
I can edit the dead air out. It doesn't matter.
I'm really thinking, let's see. Payday 2, it's a really good game.
That's not 1. Okay, Noah.
Assassin's Creed 3?
Garrett. Did that come out this year? Because 4 came out this year.
No, wait, no, yeah, 3.
You're too late. You used up a guess, Garrett.
Well, I think if it's going like since the last one, then yes, because it came out in like December of last year, so whatever.
What's a good game?
Think
that's
about
come out?
games that came out this year, mainstream AAA games that came out this year.
Yeah, I'm really trying to think. I haven't played any of those in like 40 years. There's no new Gears game, is there? No. Let's see. What about a new Mario game? There's a new Mario game out. It's like new Super Mario Brothers Wii U-esque thing. I don't know. Probably that.
I'm not. You're close, but you're not close enough, so I'm not going to count it. So you're down to 7 guesses.
I'm throwing this for you, Noah. I'm sorry.
Call of Duty Ghosts.
That's not on here.
Oh,
I guess because it just came out. All right, you've got 1 game, Last of Us. You have 5 guesses to get the last 4 games.
This is impossible.
Think about what you said as your last answer, Garrett, but refine it more. Something involving Super Mario.
Yeah.
Something on the Wii U, but not Super Mario Brothers U.
Was there a new Super Mario Galaxy game?
Think about a Mario game that's 3D and it takes place in a world.
Super Mario 3D Land?
I'm giving it to you. It's Super Mario 3D World. I spoon-fed it to you. We'll count it. Alright, so you have 3 games, 4 guesses. Noah, there are 2 games that came out this year that people are still blowing, other than Last of Us. Just think.
Is Beyond?
No.
Damn.
Okay, Garrett. I Redbox Remorsed, a game that people are still blowing right now. What was the name of that game?
Oh shit.
Army of Two?
Jesus Christ, no!
How long ago was that?
Bioshock Infinite.
Bioshock Infinite.
Oh, that game? I didn't like that game.
So there are 2 games left on here.
It's I can't fucking remember. That came out like
The two of you
September
are fucking
last
killing me. What is a game that came out this year that people are going to talk about forever?
Did it come out on
A
Steam?
fucking entry in a series that people fucking blow all the time. A game I bought and played once.
Oh, GTA 5?
GTA 5! Why could neither of you say that?
I don't know.
Oh, the last game is women empowerment. Someone gets fucked up on an island. What game is it?
Tomb Raider?
There you go, Tomb Raider. Jesus Christ, I'm wore out. So the nominees for Game of the Year
This is the most fucking weird ass.
are Bioshock Infinite, GTA 5, Super Mario 3D World, Last of Us, and Tomb Raider. Okay, round 2.
It's gonna be the last.
Most anticipated game.
What? That's a fucking award?
Yes.
This is bullshit.
So, tell you what, I'll give you same 10 guesses if you can get 3 of these 5 games. They're going to come out in the next year that people want. I'll give you a hint. One of them is the game people wanted PS4s for.
Watch Dogs.
Okay, Watch Dogs is one of them.
Oh, yeah.
There are 2 of these you will never get. One of these is the only game people want the Xbox One for, and one of them is made by Bungie. I'm just going to say that.
Destiny.
Destiny. You got 2 of them.
Bayonetta 2!
Oh, God, if it was Noah's list. I'll give you a hint. One of them's been delayed for fucking ever, and it's based on a TV show. One of them is the 3rd entry into a PC. Well, it was PC exclusive.
Witcher.
Games. Witcher 3 is one of the anticipated
that's a
games.
TV show?
No, but one of them is a game that's based on a TV show, based on an animated TV show that people seem to really want this game for some reason.
The South Park game?
Yeah. They actually referenced it in the newest episode because the characters are dressed like they are in the game. The other one, like I said, this is the game people want Xbox Ones for. What do you think it could be?
Call of Duty.
They already have that. I'll give you a hint.
Madden.
Here's a hint that's basically me telling you the game. Think of Pacific Rim.
Titanfall?
Titanfall. Are you going to get Titanfall? No. Do you want Titanfall?
Don't want
If it came out, Titanfall came out on the PS2, would you get it?
Maybe? It's coming out on PC, so if I'm going to get it, I'll probably get it there.
Speaking of the Spike Video Game Awards, have either of you ever actually managed to watch that shit?
I've watched them twice. Like, once when it first came out, and then, like, one, 3 years later.
You know, the last one, they premiered the Dark Souls 2 trailer during it.
I do remember that.
That was the only reason to watch it. It was the
How
trailer.
come that's not like? I guess it's not. Yeah, it is coming out this year.
Nobody wants it. It's
Dark Souls 2?
It's not mainstream enough.
Despite their fucking best efforts, which means the game's gonna fucking tank, and they're never gonna make a Souls game again.
I am so worried about that game because apparently they want the Call of Duty audience.
I can't stand that shit.
Okay, we're done talking about Spike.
But I was watching like all kinds of beta footage, and I was like, "This looks like so much fun."
Well, hopefully
It's gonna be good, but the fact that it's not gonna sell like 100 million copies in like the first week, and the fact that they're spending all this money on the fucking like advertising budget for a very
Basically,
niche game means it's not gonna make its money back.
The reason Demon Souls was so successful and we got a Dark Souls was because they knew it wasn't going to be this huge mainstream thing, so they only made a certain number of copies. That's why Demon Souls was originally hard to find.
Yeah.
And they only released that many, and they didn't spend $900 million on TV commercials during fucking football. And so the game was successful because they didn't blow all this fucking money on advertising. And now Dark Souls has become this cult classic thing. So now Namco Bandai has said in interviews they want to treat Dark Souls 2 like a AAA game, which means they want to throw a bunch of money at making a zillion copies and advertising the fuck out of it, which means it's not going to be as successful, and they're going to be like, nobody wants this game, so we're not going to make it anymore.
Making the game's armor set, which is really cool and all, but that fucking cost a lot of money.
Oh, they really made that armor in real life?
Yeah, they made that armor.
Does it have good defense? Can you roll in it?
They actually made like the
what is it called?
I don't know. I don't think they've actually said what any of the shit's called.
Like the Warriors helmet and stuff like that.
Yeah, they made a full set of the front image, the fucking
Image Comics. Name one Image comic.
The face that Noah just made look like
Savage
his brains
Dragon?
left
The
his
Savage
head.
Dragon Image comic.
I think so.
I don't know a lot about Savage Dragon. It was a Saturday
Never
morning
heard of
USA cartoon.
You actually got all the really. I think that's you. I think that's Image.
Was Mad Cat's Image?
I don't know. That's Happington's angry cat, angry feline.
Okay, well, let's move on. There's a limited edition holiday Ouya that's white.
Ouya.
Ouya!
Doesn't it play like cell phone games?
I don't know what the Ouya does other than waste your money. Noah has nothing to say. We'll move on.
My friend has an Ouya.
Oh, what does he do with it?
Nothing.
Hold paper
Because
sound
it's
on
an
a desk?
Ouya. It sits behind his TV.
So this kind of ties into the opening question of the podcast. Final Fantasy X HD is launching in March.
I think we're going to get the Vita TV eventually.
Wii? Wii, has got a mouse in your pocket?
Well, the US.
Okay, thank you.
The US should be getting the Vita TV, and when it does, I'll probably see about getting it then. But
Oh shit, 10.2 is also being re-released in HD.
yeah, it's a bundled
What
together.
I do for you? Garrett, what do you know about Final Fantasy X? Give me the Final Fantasy X elevator pitch.
Isn't that the chick
Ha
lightning?
ha ha!
Oh, is that Titus then?
Yeah.
Oh. All I know is that he has a really weird face.
Wallpaper thread.
Well, he's Meg Ryan. Also, he's a dream of the faith, which is one of my favorite things to say in videos.
Xanarkin. Whenever somebody asks me one of my favorite sports teams, I always say the Xanarkin A's.
I play for the Xanarkin Aves, and they're like, somebody's been freebasing off of Sin's poison. Okay, let's move on. No days.
No, you know, like the Machina.
Here's some news to make us very...
That's probably like my third favorite Final Fantasy.
So, here's some news to make all three of us sad. There is a third Game Center CX game coming out, which of course we're never going to get because we didn't get the second.
I
all the
want to
three-
know, are they still going with Game Center 6? Is Arno still there trucking on, playing old games?
I'm sure he is.
He'll probably do that till he dies,
There's
because that's what
justice.
Japanese people do.
Garrett, Arno will die in our lifetime.
Fuck you. No.
God damn.
the angry-
The strained look on his face when he
It was
said that.
anger and sadness being combined.
It was just
It's
a
like you
mi-
told him that you ran over his cat.
Which reminds me, I was going to loan you Retro Game Challenge, the first Game Center CX game for the DS, because you need to
the
play
only
through
one
it.
we got.
Yeah. Oh god. The sad thing is, I didn't know about it, and I only bought it when it was like $10, so I couldn't help support it. Apparently, there's a fan translation of the second one. The second Game Center CX game has a text adventure where you play as Arno, and like all the cast of Game Center CX are characters in it. I want to play it so much. Just to hang out with Abe, cameraman Abe, former delinquent.
He's got these fucking glasses, he's got that fucking jacket on, the greaser helmet, and
Oh,
the fucking...
I love it whenever they make him play. Like when they made him play Bomberman, and he's just blowing himself up in the corner. Good time. What else? Trademark surfaces for Fallout 4 in Europe.
Oh shit.
Y'all like Fallout?
I like Fallout.
It's alright. Oddly enough, this is one of the games that my sister plays way more than me.
Do either of you have New Vegas for a console?
My sister does.
I want to get the.
I
have New Vegas for 360, and I kind of want to get the fucking ultimate like collector's edition with all the DLC built-in edition.
I have it on PC. Y'all have to bring that over sometime whenever we finish with the games we're currently playing, because I've been wanting to do a hardcore permadeath playthrough of it for the channel. So we start a hardcore character where you have
Well, hardcore is easy street. Like there's.
Well, I know, but just to make
Yeah.
it a little bit
Yeah.
better, because you got to eat corn chips, and soda makes you thirstier.
Yeah.
Fallout 3 or New Vegas? What's y'all's pick? I like New Vegas better.
Yeah, I think I have to take New Vegas over because for the story seems a lot better to me personally, and despite that it's still just as buggy as 3, it's a lot more polished overall.
I only played through 3 in its entirety, but Fallout New Vegas seems like a lot more fun. Even to someone who hasn't even played the game that much.
My number one reason for liking New Vegas better is your default pistol is that cool 9mm instead of that weird future 10mm from 3.
Yeah.
Fucking 10mm. Fucking taking our gun jobs. Sony expects PS4 price drops to be less frequent than PS3. How lovely.
Well, I mean, it came out $100 cheaper than the competition, so yeah.
Here's a post with He-Man, but it's not Jim Sterling because he doesn't work at Destructoid anymore.
No, he's at the Escapist now. Doing his video shit.
Hide your booze in this NES cartridge flask.
Us gamers, right? Us gamers.
What's wrong with a cartridge flask? No one would ever suspect it.
Just keep it in your NES at all times.
Garrett, tell me about what they're doing with World of Warcraft.
Apparently they're making it so that literally, Garrosh, the bad guy of the new expansion, is going back in time to before... Yeah, I know. Like,
No, I'm laughing because there's a news story that's just about ESPN's Xbox One app, but the picture is O.J. Simpson trying on that glove. And I don't know why.
Sports, TV, sports.
But go ahead, Garrett. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Garage.
Hang on. Sorry. This is so rude.
No, that's it. The podcast, we're not official. We'll never get on iTunes at this
Alright. So basically, Garrosh goes back in time, and before the orcs in Draenor drank, like, the fucking blood that made him turn red and all pissed off and stuff, he stops them from doing that and basically becomes their warlord because he's Garrosh. I guess he can do that. And then, fast forward, they basically bust out of the Dark Portal, and they're all pissed off and shit. And you gotta go back in time and tell Garrosh, no, that's bad, don't do that. And there's an item squish, where everyone's not doing, like, 10,000 mega damage, and, like, there's just, like... No, like, there's so many zeros on life bars, it's ridiculous. So they're doing an item squish, which is, I'm really excited for. That's the best thing they could have ever done for WoW. I'm still not gonna play it again. And yeah, that's what they're doing.
And they're making
Time travel.
And they're making it prettier. Like they're actually redoing the character models for the first time since 2004
They're
or
updating
5.
a bunch of the old models.
Yeah.
Apparently. So like some of the new ones, like, I think like the Worgen shit are still gonna be the same. But like
Worgen Freeman. You can give Worgen tails. Let's see, neither of you are as upset as I am that Worgen don't have tails.
I don't usually play them.
Final Fantasy VII was released on the NES. There's a Hotline Miami 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That sounds cool.
You have the wrong number.
You can play as Metal Gear Solid 1 Snake in Metal Gear Solid 5 with his blocky PS1 graphics.
Mm-hmm.
Which you could do that in 4 where you could get the mask.
Yeah, you get the mask.
Do you know any news that has happened? Here's a review of Risk of Rain.
Oh, alright.
Let's see what they gave it. Let's see if Garrett agrees with the score.
Go ahead.
4 out of 10. No, it hasn't loaded yet. I saw Garrett getting antsy.
Garrett's getting frustrated.
Oh, Garrett's gonna wreck it. They gave it a 7 out of 10.
Alright.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Oh, did y'all watch New Tron? It's so good.
Wait, there's a new genre?
Well, the Goosebumps ones. They've happened since the last podcast, I think.
I did actually watch those for some reason.
I don't know what you have against him. I fucking love John Tron. I didn't like him on Game Grumps, but goddamn, I love the man by himself.
He's okay.
His sense of humor meshes with me. I should just imitate him all the time and become successful.
So just go,
I do that in all my videos anyway, and go,
then
here.
you're perfect, then you're already him.
I'm a center. If y'all don't have any more news to talk about, we can go into letters.
First, I was asked this earlier, but we need a Garrett's description of Kill la Kill.
Oh, that's one of the questions.
Oh, okay.
Spoilers!
Well, somebody else already asked me that, like, earlier in the week.
Okay.
Yeah, wasn't I there for that?
Well, here we
Maybe.
go. It's letter time. Letter time. Let's do a letter jingle.
You want me to
Here's
start it
the
up?
mail, it never fails. It makes me wanna wag my tail. When it comes, I wanna wail. Mail!
Scalawag, I don't know what either of you were doing right then.
Really, you don't? That was fucking Blue's Clues.
Oh, well, first of all, I'm a grown-ass man. And I ain't watching
So
no
was
Blue's
I when I watched Blue's
Yeah.
Clues.
So I ain't watched no Blue's Clues, son. Second of all, fuck you both. Okay. We just got a letter. Okay. First question comes from Dustin. He's stream busted, as featured on Garrett's stream sometimes.
Yeah.
It says, Dear Tenfey crew, have you had Garrett explain the plot of Kill la Kill yet? If not, please do so, as I desperately need his insight. Also, is it true that Noah's hair is as soft as ducklet feathers? Sincerely, a true believer.
It looks like it.
Garrett, Dustin. Let's see, I'm reading the letter.
It's pretty good.
Ain't bad. So I've never watched Kill la Kill. So Garrett, without any assistance from Noah, you have to explain the plot of Kill la Kill to me.
The plot is basically this chick. I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now, but she has
Lady Camilla.
No.
I've heard some character referred to as that.
It's some M word, but I can't fucking think of it.
No.
Yeah, that chick.
I said no helping.
Well, that
includes showing him your phone.
that's just the character. I don't know her fucking name yet, although I've watched all the episodes that have come out so far.
Is she pretty?
I guess. She's very revealed through most of the anime. So basically she's walking around and she's pissed at all these people for, I don't know, this school. She goes in there and she's like, I'm gonna go fucking fight some people and I want answers now. And this chick that's apparently all about being pure, standing there with a sword always, just looking down on all peasants because that's where everyone is. Everyone's a pig. And she's like, no, fuck you. You don't have an ultimate suit or some shit. So she gets pissed and then there's all kinds of like sword fight going on. And then she gets the shit knocked out of her and she's like, why couldn't I find answers for my father? She falls through the floor, puts on this...
Walks a dinosaur?
No, she falls through the floor, not on the floor.
Oh, okay.
But she falls through the floor where she was at, and then this article of clothing, like this sailor uniform or some shit, strips her naked and then puts herself onto her. And then she gets all these weird other fucking superpowers because she wasn't already ridiculous enough as it was. But now she has this badass, like, her sword switches out and all this other shit. And now basically what's going on is she's going through all, like, the clubs of the school and taking their suits from them because their suits give them, like, powers.
Oh, what a mysterious anime.
And it's really fucking cool. Also, this like, the suit on her literally basically just covers her tits.
Basically?
Basically.
I see.
Just like, no, not even like the whole tit, like, it's like just the nips, that's it.
Oh, really? So we got underboob action?
Yeah,
we got some Makoto action?
Yeah, and then there's like a lot of ass. And the whole joke of it is everyone's like, holy shit, look how hot she is, and she's like, whatever.
She's hot. She's female squall.
Well,
she's
at first she's like all embarrassed about it, but she gets over it because that's part of becoming one with your suit or whatever.
I see. Do any of the other suits that people wear like show off the package?
Yes.
I see. Why is it called Kill la Kill? Or Kill the Kill in French? Kill la Bill.
I'm not really sure, honestly.
Grill la Hill.
Kill la Heel. We already got Attack on Heel, now we need Kill la Heel.
There's been a bunch of pictures that have been King of the Hill themed for that.
And if you ask Noah the exact question you asked me, he'd probably tell you a lot more.
I would tell you a lot more about that fucking series.
We got enough. I got the gist.
But they wanted your explanation because you give the best explanation.
Apparently.
Alright, let's move on.
I'm gonna go back and listen to myself. I'm like, what the fuck?
Grill la Heel. It's fucking hilarious. Oh. Alright, next letter. Spoilers, I should put out there the only reason we have letters this week is because I forced people at gunpoint before we started recording to email us. We got one from The Impar.
Alright.
Ultimate Tenfey True Believer, The Impar. It's 3 questions. First question.
Jeez.
What do you all, and by you all I mean y'all, want to be when you grow up?
Big.
Yeah. My 3, if you tag me on Street Pass on the 3DS, and no, don't send me pictures of dicks, because that's apparently what 3DSs do now, one of my answers is I want to grow up to be big. So maybe one day. Maybe if I eat right. Maybe if I eat 5 dozen eggs like Gaston, I can grow up to be big. Roughly the size of a barge.
That's the other thing I did. God damn it!
Do we have to rewind to Noah's week?
I just I finished fucking the second book of
You finished
Legend of Korra.
it?
Yes.
Was it good?
It was pretty good.
I see.
But I finished the second season of Legend of Korra, and it was really fucking good. It's a lot better than the first season.
What does that have to do with Gaston eating eggs?
Cause I was watching this stupid like AMV Hell kind of style thing, and one of them was like. It was just nothing but fucking Avatar and Legend of Korra shit, and one of them was a fucking Gaston song.
Which reminds me, we didn't even mention Attack on Titan Abridged.
Oh yeah.
Which is fucking amazing.
It very much encapsulates the entire part of the series. It probably... My favorite part is just when the armor... Only like fucking Dustin and Wes are gonna get this fucking joke. But...
We at Tenfey approve.
Yeah.
Very inside joke.
The armored Titan shows up and it starts playing the fucking Brock Lesnar, aka Bork Laser, his entrance theme from the WWE as he charges through like the fucking wall. And because the reason it does that is because the original artist, based that Titan's design on like fucking Brock Lesnar's body type.
Wow, that's a fucking great.
So that's like there's like a certain like meta level there, and it fucking
it's like
tickled
the
me.
enemies in Persona 3 that are Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Brother. So yeah, watch that. Watch Attack on Titan: The Bridge. It's made by Team 4-Star, or they're involved because I saw them in the credits.
Yeah, they have like the fucking neat little logo and everything too. But I think Takahata 101 is like the lead writer or something like that on it, and he does like all the stuff for DBZ Bridge.
So to get back to the Empire's questions,
yes.
What do both of you want to be when you grow up?
My current goal is to do something with tabletop role-playing games. I want to become like...
You don't know how well you're parlaying into the second part of this question, but we'll let Garrett answer.
Okay. I never really had a thing I wanted to grow up to be. I always told people back in the day I wanted to be a chef. I can't cook for shit. So I just pretty much just told something.
Oh.
I told people that just so like they could get off my back.
You need Patton Oswalt to hide in your hair and help you cook. I love whenever I say something and it makes
it wasn't. I was going to say it was Attack on Titan, but no, it was Shadow of the Colossus. That was Remy was Wander, and what's his face was a fucking Colossus.
And I want to grow up to be YouTube famous.
All right.
Second question. What character class do you guys usually pick in RPGs? Action, MMO, otherwise. Typically, I mean.
Fuck. I don't actually play that many, like video game, like JRPG.
Video games, I know. You don't.
You hate them.
Fucking hate video
Stop
games.
getting mad.
No, like, I don't know. Like, usually, if it's like a video game RPG, I usually just kind of being kind of the default class, so like the warrior.
Warriors, come out and play.
Okay.
I know, like, one of the reasons I like fucking, like, one of my favorite characters from Final Fantasy IV was Kain, because I like Dragoons. I think they're really cool.
Dragoons are so swag. It's the swaggest of all Final Fantasy classes.
I think them and the Dark Knights from 4 are both pretty on par as far as
like
swag.
Dragoon wannabes. Instead of jumping, they use their souls to power their weapons.
But, like, yeah, I don't know. I always kind of like the
So you're a fighter guy.
Yeah, I suppose. Like the fighters, or I like rangers too.
How about you, Garrett?
I always try to be the rogue.
The thief.
So, like, maybe dual wielding, agility over endurance.
You'd almost think you had your internet name, your internet personality based on said class.
Yeah, exactly.
This is perfect, and we could all star in a video game because I like magic users. So we've got the trifecta.
Yeah.
Think that shit.
Multi-class! We could all perform the fusion. Two of us could do the fusion dance, and the other two could wear the Katara earrings, and then we're set.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's the name of our fusions?
You're asking the wrong guy.
Bagoa.
Bagoa. Okay. And
again.
The third one isn't really a question. I don't know how to describe it, but it says, we all know you guys are great, but if you guys could quantify your greatness in numeric or abstract form, what would that be?
Are you like totally
a pile of clams?
I would say that we ain't bad, but we could be a might bit gooder.
That's probably the best way.
We could always, on the sliding scale of bad to hate, we're towards hate.
Big old pile of crawdads.
Yeah, etc. When you're standing and looking at yourself in front of a full-length mirror, Garrett, completely naked, talking about how you would fuck yourself, how do you describe yourself? That's basically what he's asking.
I usually sit there and flex a little bit and be like, yeah, ain't bad.
You're like, somebody call a vet because these pythons are sick. I stole that joke from Danny at Game Grumps. I'm so ashamed. Alright, let's move on. Thanks to the Empire.
You have very nice questions.
Well, Wes sent us a wall of text. God damn it, Wes. I haven't read this yet, so I'm going to read it live. So he says, hey, fuckers. Ben is pressuring me to send an email, so I had to think of something to ask, except I can't think of shit to ask, so I'll just throw out some praise. You guys are all pretty fun to listen to and provide a lot of quality that you can't get with other people, cough DSP cough. And I want to thank you for that. It got me wasting time doing videos, and that led to me playing alongside some of you online. Not that Levi is around often, and I'm somewhat convinced that Tommy really was part of Ben's imagination. Tenfey was a channel for friends to get a laugh out of Ben, but you have genuine fans out there. I'm glad I stumbled across 12 Days of Mario and have followed the ride from there. You've had ups, like finally beating Mega Man 8, and downs. We certainly remember Noah and Garrett's individual botches fondly. And keep up the good work, fellas. Axial. Or Wes, as Garrett finally settled on it. P.S. Ben wins Ramza. Noah, why did you fail at the end of Red Dead? Garrett, is Dr. Crime ever going to see the light of YouTube? And for my final generic question you hear too often, what games are on your bucket list to do videos of? Yes, Ben, we know Saga Frontier.
That was pretty fucking good, Wes.
I fucked up Red Dead because I'm terrible and a horrible monster.
God, I don't know who's worse, you or me, for letting you do it.
The thing is, like, we could have gone back. We could have fucking, like, just ridden right over it and redone all that shit, and we just
played the whole game.
Yeah.
We could have coded Lyoko.
I could have done Garrett, like, the beginning of, like, I forget what fucking game it was, like, Super Mario World or something like that. I was like, I fucked up, we need to start over.
I remember you watching that in that moment, and I was like, alright, he's walking out, I'm like, here we go, let's see how many Noah kills. The first time I was watching, and that's the fucking menu coming, and I'm like, I said, what the fuck is he doing? And then it was just happening. I was like,
I think what happened was you didn't have the right gun.
I wasn't sure if I had the right gun equipped, and I wanted to go in and check it, and then when it really fucking got really fucking weird, because, like, I ended up on the, because it automatically put me into Deadeye, and then I went to clicked on the weapon wheel, and changed to, make sure I changed to that pistol, and I ended up putting it on the sniper rifle, and I got, like, the first person, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then, like, and then I just got blown away. So
Garrett, why did you miss that jump on the boss of Paper Mario 1000 Year Door?
It was the pressure. It was like, this is the end all. This bitch is going down right now. I got a cough.
Alright, just soda.
Like, this bitch is going down right now. And it's gonna be so sweet. I'm gonna end this fucking thing like I'm stylish. And then it went ding, and I was like, oh, and I just wanted to fall back and die. You made that noise.
And I was like, son, just keep jumping on her, ain't bad 412 yellow. And you were like, it's over. It's over. How could this happen to me?
And I was just laying on the floor crying because that moment was terrible. I was so hyped to be like, yeah, I'm going to show people I'm actually okay at this game. And
I'm trying to think of my equivalent of that, but I played a lot of games on my channel.
OMGX.
But I didn't fuck up in that game.
But you're just sad.
It's not the same thing. I beat the game without the boss weaknesses.
No.
I was incredibly sad when I fucking fucked up.
Yeah, so was I.
I guess.
Bucket list. Bucket list for the
games that we need to do videos of.
My current goal is to get through Undead. Hopefully try and finish God Hand.
Oh, God.
And then do fucking...
Let's do the rest of God Hand as one video.
We can live stream it.
Oh, shit. In a barn.
Yeah. Finish God Hand, and then do probably Vanquish, Wonderful 101, and Bayonetta. Like the 3 other, like, action...
So everything Platinum's ever made and Clover?
Pretty much.
Are we going to do Okami and Beautiful Joe as well?
I do have the first Beautiful Joe that I've never beaten.
I have that.
And I have Okami that I've gotten, like, halfway through. Because Okami is fucking long.
We'll play the Wii version from IGN.com.
It's fucking long.
Garrett, if we could play through any game on the channel, what game would we play through? From your perspective.
Any game, like, ever?
Super Mario Sunshine.
Super Mario.
That's a very good choice, but it's gonna. I know it's gonna happen, and it's weird to say it, but I really do want to play through Mega Man Legends 1 and 2, if I had the choice.
Well, we can make that your game after Metroid.
Alright.
Can we finish Metroid tonight?
Probably not.
Okay. Well, if you would come over frequently enough, we could finish these games.
Well, sometimes things come up.
Yeah, I know. You had RL issues. Maybe I don't want to play Saga Frontier, Wes. You don't know me.
You already played it. You played it for Wins Ramza. So get over it.
Wins Ramza should have been 3 hours long. It's Noah yelling Wins Ramza, and then I just throw the Saga Frontier case at him and hit him in the head, and I'm like, never! And I slam the...
And I fall back into the fucking marsh.
But, I think about games to play all the time. It's just... either I don't want to just play them because if I did games by myself more, like Ramza, I could play a million games because I have all the free time in the world. So maybe
you would get a million fucking OMGXs.
Yeah, well, it depends how sad I am. I'm not sad during Ramza. I'm mad. God damn fucking blade graphs. God damn 2% chance to hit and that shit still lands. Where's my auto potion?
I have a game I want Ben to play.
Really?
Yes, I want you to do the 4th OMG hunk.
Oh yeah, that's right. Revelations.
Do Revelations.
That's the revelation. Is the 4th hunk? Would it be Lady Hunk?
We could do possible spoilers if this ever comes to fruition. I could get a Wii U copy of it, and we could do co-op.
Oh shit!
Because raid mode is like basically Mercenaries, but it's 2 people, and you're basically playing through the campaign technically. Yeah, but it's just like, but none of the story beats. It's just fucking run here, do this shit, shoot everything you fucking see, and then keep running.
Oh hell!
Yeah.
Oh hell! Oh shit!
So yeah, we could do Hunk and Lady Hunk, but getting Hunk is fucking a time.
Yeah, you have to beat the entire raid mode itself on the hardest difficulty, and I think you have to get all the
Y'all just
medals.
reminded me of the thing that made me never trust video game publications again for the rest of my life. So back when I got the Dreamcast, I got a subscription to Official Dreamcast magazine, which was great. It came with demo discs. The magazine was huge. It was like the format that Gamer or whatever is in now, or Game Informer. What's the one that when you walk into a GameStop, they scream and run at you, throwing armfuls of it?
Yeah.
You go to the door, you turn around to open the door, and it's just copies of Game Informer plastered over the door, and you can't open it.
It's just stacked up.
And they're like, "Are you a Power Platinum Pro member?" I don't even know what the club is called.
Yeah.
Anyway, and it was great, and I had Resident Evil Code Veronica, because it came out on the Dreamcast, and I was like, Resident Evil, oh boy, Chris Redfield, he's not got melons in his arms, he's a normal human. Oh, Wesker's not dead. But in that magazine, in their coverage of that game, they had a thing at the end that said you could unlock Hunk in the battle mode if you got every file in the game or something. It was just a lie. I don't know if they were misinformed or what, but it was just a fucking lie. Hunk, there's one memo in the game written by Hunk. That's his only mention in the game. He is nowhere in that fucking game.
I don't believe him.
Also Akuma in Resident Evil 2.
A little tease, I might be working on something for the OMG.
Oh yeah, February
25th.
February 25th will be the 5-year anniversary of OMG Hunk. The 5-year
It might be
anniversary
something
of the Tenfey
Tenfey True Believers might be able to get it on.
Oh boy, even I don't even know what he's fucking talking about.
Either do I. I can't.
You know, here's a teaser. Last year on the anniversary, I was considering releasing for the first time ever They Call Me Revolver, but I didn't do it.
Have you seen what They Call Me Revolver?
No, I haven't.
You know what They Call Me Revolver is?
No.
All right, it's
basically Tenfey the movie.
Tenfey True Believers, get your decoder rings out right now because this is exclusively for you.
Your club is nothing but a bunch of IDKCSs. I'm telling Mom.
Ooh, I pity the fool who doesn't believe me. Okay, we're talking about Dexter's Lab.
You're about to get brunched in the face.
When I recorded OMG Hunk in classic, hey, webcam can't quite reach the TV, it's at an angle, terrible quality vision.
Yeah.
I recorded OMG Hunk, and then I immediately recorded a full playthrough of Claire A in Resident Evil 2, where I only used the Colt single action army. It was the only weapon, other than using the knife to kill Brad Vickers to get the key.
God damn it, Brad.
And it was because your brother, Garrett, remember I used to come to your house every day and beat Resident Evil 2?
Yeah, I remember.
While hanging out with your brother, a.k.a. he played WoW and ignored me. I was in an abusive relationship somehow with your brother.
And I walk in there like, hey, Ben, what's going on? And I'm like, hey, Matthew's like, get up.
You were a little Garrett Jr. back then. You were still in school and everything.
Yeah.
But anyway, he made a list of achievements for me to try to get in Resident Evil 2. And one of them was called They Call Me Revolver, and it was beat Claire's entire game with just the Colt. So I recorded it. The reason I haven't released it is, first of all, it looks fucking awful. You can take OMG Hunk because it's 15 minutes long or something.
Yeah.
No, the original OMG Hunk's 8 minutes long.
Yeah, it's not even that long.
So
because you fucking die.
that fucking cat one.
Cat controlling.
But not only is it, you would have to watch, it's an hour and a half long. And it's in that terrible quality, and I'm talking. Your brother's not there, but because I only made that video to show him, because this was when we were roommates in the old trailer.
Yeah, I remember the old trailer.
I speak directly with him, and I make stupid jokes directly at him, and so I didn't know if anyone would want to tank through it, but I don't know. I'll have to ask people. If I'm gonna upload this to YouTube, so I guess leave a comment. And maybe someday I'll try to put They Call Me Revolver.
I really think you
And you'll find out who the true believers are.
I need to get another copy of it,
because
because do you still have the DVD that it's
I'll
on?
give it back to you.
Okay, I gotta find it. I may have lost it.
Oh, shit.
Well, I think Levi has a copy as well.
Mm.
Yeah, I burned it to a DVD and showed it and gave a copy to Levi and a copy to Noah. And so they're the only two, other than your brother. Spoilers, your brother's at the end of it. If I put it up, it'll be the only video he's ever been in. Because he comes...
You'll get to see
He gets home from work and walks in. And the best part is I'm at the end of the game and I'm like, yeah, I'm doing They Call Me Revolver. He's like, son, ain't bad. I'm going to drink all the Kool-Aid. Because your brother was a Kool-Aid drinking motherfucker.
He's a monster.
Anyway, as I'm playing it, I'm like, oh yeah, I also recorded myself playing through Hunk's game, and I think I might put it on YouTube. It's the best secret behind the scene origin.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the thing. God, Wes's fucking letter of him blowing us led to the longest discussion.
Mm.
Alright, let's, there's one more. This is from, Garrett's brother.
We have one more after that, too. We got Jeff's question.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
Let's answer Jeff's question.
Jeff's question is, what is our favorite kinds of Pocky?
Since the only Pocky I've ever had is chocolate and strawberry, I like strawberry Pocky.
I like... Well, go ahead, Garrett.
I have no idea what that is.
It's
Pocky
Japanese...
is those little sticks that are dipped in chocolate or something that come in a box and you snack on them.
I've never had one
They're
of those.
very
and
Japanese.
You get a Moe anime girl to eat the other end of it, and then when you both eat in the middle, you kiss.
Well, first off, I need some of these Pocky because apparently they attract anime girls. It'd be pretty good. I want some of this.
My favorite base is just the regular chocolate. But I also like the kinds that have the fucking caramel toffee crunch on the outside. Those are fucking ridiculous and super good.
Well, the only Pocky I ever had is from Walmart.
Yeah.
Do they still carry Pocky?
I think so.
I need some. That strawberry Pocky is really good.
I've never been a big fan of the strawberry. It tastes kind of gritty to me.
Gritty?
I don't know.
Tastes gritty crunch taste.
We can
chicken.
go to
Asian imports?
Well, Asian imports or Lou's Rod and Reel. They have a bunch of Japanese candy.
Do you know about Lou's Rod and Reel?
No.
There's a store. Oh yeah.
So Lou's Rod and Reel is this place in the town where I live, which is 2 towns over from where Ben lives, but it's all right in the same area. And it is a bait shop, and a card shop, and a Japanese restaurant, all in the same place. Because it's this old Marine and his Okinawan wife and their son, and each one of them runs a different part of the business. The guy, the old Marine, runs the bait shop and stuff like that. His wife runs a Japanese little lunch. It's only open from 11 to 2, so it's literally only for lunch. And she serves Okinawan style Japanese food.
If you get there right at 2 o'clock and we'll go to order something, there's a puff of smoke and she's a log.
Yeah. And then their son runs the card shop, so they can get baseball cards and magic cards and shit like that.
That's amazing.
And they also have a bunch of fucking Japanese candy and stuff like that. So every now and then,
we need to make a video there. Noah's bomb-ass Lou Rod and Reel adventure.
Oh god, I don't know if they...
It seems like a good time to go
Well,
there,
we make a video of us going there and then us running out like Laverne and Shirley in slow motion, just fucking Pocky coming out of all pocket.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's a place in the town that we live in.
Alright, here's what Garrett's brother, who sent us our one letter last week, I realized.
Yeah.
You talked the worst about him, but he's still there for you.
Well, he was playing Resident Evil Revolutions, Resident Evil The Matrix, on Steam, and I was like, hey, send us a podcast letter, and he was like, so it ain't bad, you're done. And he did it.
Why is that wrong?
hey. So Matt asked, what is it about games like Dark Souls that makes them enjoyable despite their problems? Objectively, each part of Dark Souls, the story, the combat, the graphics, and sound, the difficulty, aren't that great, but it is inarguably more than the sum of its parts. What is the secret sauce that makes a game like this so good? So why do you like Dark Souls?
I don't know. I guess, I think that's how I start all my questions.
There's a certain level of challenge to it that is it's kind of realistic in that, like, the combat, while not the best, it's not fucking terrible, but it's not great either. But, like, the aspect of, you can take on, like, maybe 1 or 2 guys, no problem. But if it's, like, a swarm of guys, yeah, like, if there's, like, a swarm of guys, it's, like, a big monster, and you're not going at it, like, thinking, like, how you're supposed to beat this fucking thing, you get your fucking shit stomped in super quick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's that sort of challenge to it, and there's just sort of this, the way that the difficulty and all that shit works, where it's challenging, but it's challenging in a way that, and difficult, but it's in that way that it makes you want to get better at it. Because it's like, because usually whenever you die in Dark Souls, it's from some stupid bullshit thing. It's usually, like, either something that developers did, like, made a path that's just wide enough that you have to fucking, like, tuck your junk up inside of you to fucking move across. Or, like, you miss a swing and you get your shit rocked by a bunch of fucking dredgelings or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I can do that. I can fucking fix that problem and keep going, kind of shit.
Go ahead. You need to answer, Garrett.
Oh, I do like the fact that, like, the difficulty is definitely something I like. Like, feeling like you're just a normal dude in, like, some armor, and, like, here's a sword, here's a shield, go get her done, son, and you just run forward, and you're like, it's a fucking huge gargoyle, goddamn.
I
And
need
you
to mod by you, Billy, in the Dark Souls, and just do Blighttown now.
We go in there, and you're like, son, I gotta fight this here thing, ain't bad.
Blighttown Billy! If there's ever something I wanted the Brothers Trousers to draw, after we've already asked for Marston,
He's just fucking
Red Dead Revengeance.
Yeah.
He's just mud wrestling one of those fucking leeches. He's like, son, ain't bad.
Well, son.
Oh, God.
And then, of course, you know who could be Annabelle? Fucking Gwendolyn. Or Guinevere, I mean, excuse me.
Oh, see, I was thinking it was going to be Quella.
Oh, God, my big titty spider bitch.
I actually went a different
It's just
way.
one
I
of
went
those-
with the sister that sits there with the sells pyromancy. I was like, what the fuck?
She's so sappy. You just kill her. So, my answer, the reason I like Dark Souls is because it's a video game. And what I mean by that is when I play Dark Souls, I feel like I'm playing a video game. Like I used to play.
Yeah.
When I play, like, for example, Beyond Two Souls, it was okay, but that wasn't a video game. It was an interactive movie.
Yeah.
And when I play, what's some examples? The joke, I don't play many modern games, and it's for this reason. Like, when I played Bioshock Infinite for Red Boxer's Remorse, it didn't feel like a video game. It felt like a movie where Ken Levine wants me to walk forward and shoot at guys while he makes cool shit happen on the screen. Like, Dark Souls, you can load up Dark Souls and just never know any of that, like, lore or the story. There's, like, 3 cutscenes you can skip. You don't have to listen to anyone talk. You can just run forward and do what you want. And it's not linear. It gives you a path you can follow, like Noah was talking about his roommate going down.
Yeah.
But the first time most people play that game, they, like, wander over into the catacombs. Or if they started with the Master Key, they go down in
the Valley of the Drakes.
Yeah, you can go that way. Or they go over there and they're like, oh shit, there are ghosts that can murder me. And you just have all these options. You can play it a shitload of ways. Like, you're not just one character. You're not fucking Nathan Drake or Bloomheimer Smith. Who's the Booker DeWitt?
Booker DeWitt.
Or Jodie Ellen Page Johnson. Like, it's just a video game. And
Jodie Holmes?
Yeah, Jodie Holmes, exactly. And that's the reason why I've easily played Dark Souls over 800 hours. Because I just fucking love making characters in it and playing it. I like the difficulty. The only thing I fucking hate is the Bed of Chaos. That stupid, poorly programmed bullshit.
It's just like the one, like...
It ruins it. It almost ruins the game. It's why a lot of times, and I agree with people say the game really just ends at Ornstein and Smo. That should be, like, considered the final boss of the game. Because everything after them is not as good, it's not as tight, it's not as well made. And I think it's because they were rushed. They planned everything up to that point really good. I fucking love going through Undead Burg. I even like going through the depths. Blighttown is annoying, but once you get through it, you feel so good. And then fucking Anne Orlando is a nightmare. And Sin's Fortress is fucking spectacular.
Yeah.
So...
Jesus Christ, Sin's Fortress. Watching my roommate play through that shit, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? There's all these giants and snake dudes, and they're just giant balls everywhere.
One thing I do find kind of sad is that one thing about Dark Souls is like when you're going through it for the first time, there's so much more mystery to it, and once you know the path, it's like you're just kind of like literally holding sprint down, going through all this shit. You're just like you're not even worried about the camera angle. You know like how to move your thumb to get past an angle, and you don't even see it. You're just like, whoop, I got past that.
Yeah.
And after a certain point,
So
you're just
what
kinda
you
doing
want is a randomly generated Dark Souls.
if that was a thing,
I would never stop playing it.
yeah.
I would get in a vat of potted meat that would sustain me.
Vienna sausage, potted meat, orange soda, and you'd be like, son.
My orange Estes. No, it'd be Sunny D. I'd be like, praise the sun. I'd be pickled. That shit's pure salt.
You'd stick the fucking Solaire statue I got you in the meat. Just
I
like,
would.
come on, Solaire, let's do this.
We can do this. And then he'd break in half because that shit showed up broken.
Okay,
Gorilla
so I'm
Glue
gonna
it.
say this once. Fuck the United States Postal Service. They're a bunch of dick-eating fuckers.
And so he's indirectly saying fuck Obama because he's in charge of that shit.
Thanks, Obama.
I can't stand the Postal Service. Anyway,
Well, we're at an hour and 45 minutes basically. So we had some good times. Discussed some games. Shared some laughs.
I knew it was coming.
I want to do a question of the week this week because Garrett dropped the ball last week. He was like, hey, why are two of you good at art? And nobody else can answer this question. The question this week, because we're being very self-indulgent. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention any of this last week, so if anyone happened to listen to the podcast that wasn't a regular Tenfey viewer, they wouldn't know what the fuck was going on. If you're somehow listening to this, because I want to try to get this on iTunes at some point. I don't even know how. I'm going to have to learn. You'll have to show me, Noah. I'm sure you do a pod. You do like 8 podcasts.
I don't handle any of that shit.
Well, then get your friend.
I'm always a talking head on somebody else's show.
Oh,
I am
God.
always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
You're the Ed McMahon to everyone's Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
If you're somehow listening to this, there's a YouTube channel, youtube.com/Tenfey, Tenfey. It's my YouTube channel that, as we were talking about, I started in 2009. It's just another channel where people yell at video games. I like to think we're a little bit better than some. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I put fucking effort into these videos. You can watch, if you watch the errors of Tenfey, errors
The
as well.
seasons.
The seasons of Tenfey, the season being based on what piece of technology I'm using to record the game. You can watch the SETI and see how I learn how to edit, because it goes from no intros
To Palmia!
to kind of intros to little jokes. Speaking of which, there was another secret letter we'll read involving Palmia, well, something along those lines. Anyway, it's a YouTube channel. I have friends on there that do videos with me. Usually, the most common people are Noah and Garrett, who are with us right now. There's some other friends of mine. I've been trying to get them on the podcast. It'd probably be easy to get Levi on here, and he probably would really like to be on the podcast. It's sporadic.
So I remember when we were trying to do the fucking podcast back in the day.
Yeah, the original podcast that we tried to do like 3 years ago was going to be me, Noah, Jeff, and Levi. I tried to get Jeff over here. He's married and loves his wife and likes to spend time with her. Like, basically he's a
Like
fag.
a loser.
He's a fag that loves his wife.
What a
He actually listened to the first episode, so he'll probably listen to this too. Plus, he wrote us the Pocky question. Jeff, I'm sorry, I love you. Tommy is a myth. I dreamed him up one night.
Who?
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
your Tyler Durden.
I'm glad that you all indulged me in pretending he's a real person. Like when we played Brawl with him that one time, it was me holding 2 controllers doing my voices. We all do videos. There's a lot of different series on there. There's the OMG series, which was me by myself playing games. Actually, sometimes other people too.
Okay.
There's what's called Tenfenity. That's when we're all together playing games. There's 1 AM Gaming, which is me. Every now and then there's somebody else there, usually Noah, making the game harder.
Albatross around your neck.
It's my little show I made. I need to do more episodes of, I realize. It's like 3 episodes of a game. Also, I need to commission Jeff. Oh yeah, if you like the little intro song to these podcasts, the super funky techno song, Jeff made that for us.
Really?
Yeah. That was for the old podcast that we never made. It originally had voice samples of me in it that I removed because it was a little intolerable. But I left in the Zelda item get and the oh yeah, or whatever the guy says at the beginning. It's some rapper I don't know because I'm not urban enough. But yeah, there's that. There's Rhymes Must Die. So if you're somehow listening to this, you can go to the YouTube channel if you want to hear more of us yelling at shit. Basically, the episodes of Tenfenity are like a podcast. Because how much do we talk about the actual game? Like Metroid Prime, every now and then Garrett is like, hey look guys, Charge Beam, and we're like, we just shove you over, and then we start talking about an anime or something.
Yeah.
So if you want, we would like letters, we like answering your letters. Send your letters to tenfey@gmail.com. I didn't mention that in the last podcast like an idiot. Hopefully by next week, we're going to try to record this weekly, but real life shit comes up. We could have done it with just me and Noah, but I didn't know how good that would be without Gary here to temper us.
I hardly talk.
You talk so much. I said 2 words about Beyond Two Souls, and then I laid on the floor. Yeah, send us letters. We like that shit. We like to answer them for you. We're trying to make this like a legit fucking video game podcast. Well, as legit as we could be. Because none of us have, like, industry jobs. We're just guys that like to talk about shit.
Yeah. Which is how it should be.
So, yeah, send your letters to that. You can go to the Tenfey channel, check it out. I'm not going to be like, subscribe, and Facebook Plus. I haven't quite got to that point yet. Because I don't make money off of the channel. So
there was a Tenfey Facebook page that was being run.
There's a Tenfey Facebook page. Dustin made it and runs it. I'm trying. I need to get Dustin. I need you to like make it so I can be an admin. Can you do that on Facebook fan pages or what? Because if I had control of that page, I would post shit on it, and like I want to do that.
There's also tenfey.wiki.com.
So Levi, after the last podcast, or I think it was because he left it in the comments of the last podcast. Levi was kind enough to make us a Tenfey wiki.
God bless his heart.
He made a page about OMG Hunk, and Wes started thinking about the 12 days that he gave up in the middle of. Thank you, Wes. I'm not going to edit it at all. I feel like a fan wiki doesn't work if the actual people that it's about. I mean, you all could do stuff on it, but I feel like if I go in there and I'm like, Tenfey's awesome. He has a huge dick and 5 hot Canadian girlfriends that go to a different school. Don't ask about him. Like, I feel like it won't be quite as cool.
Yeah.
All of this was linking into a question of the week. So here's a question of the week. You can also email this to us or leave it in the comments of this on YouTube or whatever. It's about the video. It's about the Tenfey channel. What's your favorite recurring Tenfey joke? Because we all have things we like to say, especially me, over and over. And if there's one you don't understand that I make all the time or you don't know what it's a reference to, just ask. And in the next podcast when we answer these, I'll try to explain it to you. Yeah. Because there's a shitload of them. I mean, it's not just when I'm making videos. I do that shit in real life all the time. So I can understand it if it confuses people. Whenever I'm like talking, I realize that people must think I'm a goddamn lunatic because of the shit I spew out of my mouth to normal everyday people. So I'm not good at containing my power level. God, I've talked so much, my throat's getting for clip. Garrett, Noah, talk amongst yourselves.
Once bitten, twice shy.
Oh, God damn. That fucking...
I love it. I fucking love it.
Okay,
I have a request. Are we closing?
Yeah, we're getting ready to close.
Last time we had a theme picked?
Yeah. I was going to ask what song do you want to go on.
Oh, really? Yeah. I'm one step ahead. Grand Theft Auto Vice City's theme.
Okay.
It's really good. You should get ready to hear it. I'm going to listen to it, the whole thing, just to hear it again at the very end. I'm going to love it.
Okay. So, that's the end of the episode. We're going out on Vice City. We're fading away.
See you next time, folks.
You're the worst ghost ever.